Hello, welcome. Okay, so we're going to be doing a blast class today, kind of a circuit setup. So I'm going to see if we can get through 2 rounds of 3 little blocks of exercises. I'm trying to use these classes to I want to focus on one body part at a time. So where maybe you could get more physical movement in if we switched between upper and lower, you're going to do more damage to the muscle tissue if you're focusing on one specific again. So that lactic acid build-up is what we're really trying to chase, and we're trying to do that without any weights. So it's going to be, the first set is very lower body centric, second upper, and you'll see as we go on. But that means that normally where you'd slow down because you're feeling that lactic acid burn, I want you to really push through it. That's what we're looking for. So lactic acid is neutralised by something called HGH, or human growth hormone, and we want to flood your muscles with that as much as possible. Normally we do it with weights, but as we are sans weights, we are going to try and do it with a circuit. So I'm going to stop talking and we're just going to start doing. So let's have some walkouts to start with. I start all my classes with these. So you want to hinge at the hip, tap the floor, walk right the way out into a plank with your tailbone tucked under, drop your heels to the floor, legs stay straight on the way back up, squeeze your glutes and tuck your hips underneath you. So let's have 4 or 5 of these as we just get nice and warm. Okay, so we're going to come right way to the top of this last one. You're going to come and hold that plank. I'm going to bring left foot up to your left hand, and we're going to spin round. Try and keep that back leg straight, chest is opened up, plant your hand back down. Other side. Try and get as much rotation in your spine as possible. Should start to feel a little bit warmer. Last one. From here we're going to walk back up. Okay, we'll take the first round a little bit slower, just so you can sort of warm up into it. As I said, we're going to focus heavily on legs for the first one. So I'll show you the moves and then we'll go. So from that, first move, I'm going to get you to lunge, jump, squat. Lunge, squat. Hips coming to the height of your knees or lower each time, so no pliés like this. Second move, we're going to do, start in a lunge position, driving down through this leg. You're going to come up and back down. 3 on 1, then 3 on the other, then going in 2. So that's your really quad dominant move, so your legs should be burning by that point. We're then going to give them a bit of a break, and we're going to go into a press up and ankle tap. You're going to need a sofa for this one, or it's going to be a lot harder. So you're going to press, push your body weight back, tap your ankles. So you want to drive as hard as you can off that ledge to give you the power to come back and fold at the hips, tap your ankles. And the last one, we're going to do a mountain climber to kick back. So, starting with lunge, squat, 45 seconds. This is probably the most challenging move, the jump, lunge to jump, squat, so give it everything. There's a reason we're doing it at the beginning. You should be fresh. Ready? Let's start in 3, 2, 1. You want to spend as much time in the air as you can. In your lunges, your back knee touches the floor each time, coming right the way down in that squat. Nice and powerful. Lunge, squat. Spending as much time in the air as you can. Well done. Find a rhythm, and you're just going to stick to that throughout. Last 3, 2, 1. And we're going to come back into our lunge position, drive and jump off that leg. 2, 3, other leg. 3, 2, 1, other leg. So you should feel that lactic acid build up in your quads about now. Keep driving through it. Again, it's all about finding that tempo that you're going to stick to. 3 on 1, 3 on the other. Drive back, knee up. Hope you get that momentum. a press to ankle tap. As you lift your hips up and fold at the hips, use the power in your core to contract, to shorten here. And you're going to give all the energy you've got to driving your chest away from the sofa. So as you lean those hips back to tap your ankles, brace your core, drive your belly button through, lead with your hips backwards. Woo. The more energy that you throw into that sofa, that step, whatever you're doing, the more time you're going to have to hinge at the hip. Really use that shove. Use your chest, your triceps, driving the heels of your hands into fast, powerful moves. Woo. Last couple now. 3, 2, 1. Down into your high plank. You're going to come up, mountain climber, kick the leg back. It's very easy to use the momentum and just swing up like this and arch your back. I don't want that. Belly button pulled through. Your leg is lifted by the power of your glutes contracting, not using that swing. Tap, controlled drive up. Tap, controlled. Woo. Keep moving through them. Shoulders shouldn't get tired as you hold your body weight. Triceps should be, chest should be. Really well done. 3, 2, and 1. Round 1 done. We're going to do that all over again with minimal breaks. So lunge, lunge, squat, lunge, lunge, squat. Spend as much time as you can in that, in the air. I know it sounds like self-explanatory. The harder you drive down into the floor, the more time you've got in the air to switch your legs. I see a lot of people panicking and not coming to a full extension, so not fully straightening their legs before they switch because they're so eager to change down at the bottom here. Chest up, full extension, give yourself that time. Okay. Whew. Round 2 is the second and final time we're doing this one. 3, 2, 1. Lunge, lunge, right way down your squat. Lunge, lunge, squat. Full extension at the top. Whew. I'm off. Freestyling now. Lunge, lunge, squat. Keep moving through them. Feel that lactic acid build up in your thighs, in your quads. Be aware of it and drive through it. That's what we want. That is going to develop us. She says, unable to do it herself. Okay, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. You've got another 10 seconds. Really well done. This is the last explosive lower body movement we're doing in this round. 3, 2, 1. Coming into our almost single leg leaps from a lunge position. Drive that foot into the floor. Switch sides. 3. 3 on one, 3 on the other. Again, powerful. Drive that foot into the floor. That's what gives you that lift. Try not to have your hands on your legs. I'll often see that. Hands on your head if you feel like you're going to touch your legs. Nearly there. Last 3, 2, 1. Back into upper body now. Feel this one in your chest. As we press with all of the power you can muster. Drive. Hips come back. Tap your ankles. This is a plank, first and foremost. That just happens to be moving with your arms. Use your abs to lift your hips up. Woo. Each one of those presses should be with maximum power. Well done. Keep driving nice and fast. Snap those arms in front of you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mountain to kick back. Keep your shoulders over your fingertips, over your wrists. Again, this is first and foremost a plank with movement involved as well. So tailbone tucked under, no arch backs like this, that does nothing. Straight line between shoulder, hip, ankle. Woohoo! Keep moving through for your last. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, right the way to the end. 2, 1. Well done. Woohoo! Okay. So, you see what I meant about that build up of lactic acid in your quads, and towards the end your shoulders should have started aching there as you drive through them and then have to support with them. We're really trying to fatigue body parts, almost isolate them, because using body weight, you really need to get that lactic acid build up to cause any sort of damage when you don't have access to weights. Okay, no, stop talking. Set 2. Okay. Ideally, you'd have your feet on the sofa for this one, but I'm going to show you it without. So we're going to do a pike press up. What this is doing is emulating an overhead press. So with that in mind, you want the force to be directly over your head. So you're going to come into a downward dog position. So for a plank, you're going to lift tailbone into the air. So you see here, if I bend my arms and press, I'm pressing straight overhead. To transfer more weight to your arms and to take it off of your legs, you can put your feet on a sofa of sorts, lift your tailbone up into the air and press from there. Makes it a lot harder because you're driving more of your body weight overhead. So we're going to do pike press ups. Try it regular first. Second round, if you think you've got it, feet on the sofa. Second move, we're going to do a press up to a toe tap. So again, you're going to feel this in your shoulders. We're going to do a press up, whether that's on your toes or your knees, doesn't matter. So you're going to press. You're then going to come back into that downward dog using your abs. Tap your ankle, press, ankle tap, alternating which arm you reach through and tap with each time. You should feel that in your shoulders, feel that in your core. We are then doing, okay, so we're going to do like a lateral lunge. I guess it's kind of a Cossack, so you can right the way to one side and just keep moving through. So stay as low as you can. The last one we are going to do a crunch hold. Feet on the floor, hands on your thighs, shorten the distance between your bottom rib and your hips here, belly button into the floor, your fingers stay there, they don't come any further down. I've done a lot of talking and not a lot of moving there. So, let's get started with your pike press up. Remember, the force should be directly overhead. If you start to fall like this, you're just doing regular press ups and it's chest again. And need it to be shoulders and need your tailbone in the air. Whew. Okay, ready? We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Imagine you're pressing directly overhead. The weight of your body bearing down through your arms, and that is the resistance that you're using. So the higher you pile your hips on top of your shoulders, on top of your arms, the higher it is, the more weight is going to be going down through your arms, the harder this move is. So it's like the more weight you're moving. Take these nice and slow, lowering yourself slowly, driving fast on the way back up. Slowly down, fast up. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come into our press up. So tap of the ankle. Press up, tap your ankle. Alternating which arm you're reaching with. Otherwise, one arm is going to get very tired. As you lift your hips into the air, try and use your abs to do so. So you're bringing your tailbone into the air by contracting here and shortening, as opposed to driving with your shoulders, because your shoulders should be tired by now. If you need to drop to your knees, that's absolutely fine. So press up from your knees, back onto your toes, tap your ankle. Few more reps left. Whew, I'm talking a lot. Well done, keep pushing through, keep pushing through. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Cossack squat. Nice and wide. Stay low. Keep your knees driven out, keep your chest up. Toes facing out at 45 degrees. Stay low. Ideally, you want your shin to be parallel when you come right the way over. Keeping your knees driven out. Last 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Lying on your back. The arch in your back here, I want you to flatten it out against the mat. Tip those hips up onto you. Belly button through your spine. Feet flat on the floor, hands on your thigh. We're going to reach up in 3, 2, 1. Time that really badly because the music should stop there. Keep reaching up, drop your shoulders, relax the tension in your jaw. All the tension should be between your hips and your bottom rib as they crunch together. Everyone's going to reach another centimetre further and hold for your last 12 seconds. Last 10. Keep those fingers further, 1 more centimetre. 3, 2, 1. Woo. Well done. I'm going to do it all again. So if you could quite happily do your pike press ups last time, you're now going to try with your feet on the sofa or some sort of a stool or step. So you're transferring more of your body weight through your arms as opposed to allowing some of it to be supported through your legs. So we're going to come into that downward dog, that pike position. Ideally with hands, with feet on the sofa. So we're trying to emulate that overhead press, starting in 3, 2, 1. Tailbone up into the air, slowly on the way down. Drive through the heels of your hands on the way back up. Last go to my head. So slowly lowering, driving through the heels of your hands directly overhead. If you start to feel you're creeping forward like this, throw those hands above your head again. Tension is through your shoulders, not chest and triceps. For your last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're now going to go to our press ups and toe taps. Reach through, tailbone to the sky, using your abs to lift your hips, not the power of your arms. If you need to drop to your knees, that's absolutely fine, but come back up onto your toes for the ankle tap. A few more reps here. Start rep. I envy anyone that's doing this in their garden. Last 3, 2, 1. On your feet, coming into that Cossack squat. Now this is only going to work if you stay nice and low and you keep your knees driven out. So you're probably going to want your knees to cave in like this. Use the power of the outside of your glutes to externally rotate. Bring those knees out. Ready? Woo. 3, 2, 1. Drop as low as you can. Knees driven out. Stay low. Constant movement, you don't want to rest at any point, and we're not coming to the top in the middle, you are staying that low right the way through. Constant movement, so you're not resting at either end. Really hard to talk and do this. Chest up, shoulders down, knees out. You should feel that tension on the outside of your glutes, on the outside of your bum, as you drive those knees outwards. Drop down another 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters for your last few seconds. 3, 2, 1. If you've done that properly and maintained tension, you should definitely feel that burning your quads. Okay, into your crunch hold. Arching your back, flatten out against the floor, do your little checklist. Cores engaged, hands on your thighs. And let's go. That contraction be between here and here, and not drawing your shoulders forward. Keep your shoulders pinned back. The shortening happens here. That's what's driving your fingers up past your knees. We're going to come a centimetre further for your last 10. Drive that belly button down for your last 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Well done. Okay. Right. Round 2 of 3. What's up next? Okay. I'm going to get you to, if you've got a sofa, I'd use it for this one, because we're going to, if you've got more time afterwards and you want to try just a pistol squat without any assistance, go ahead, but because we're going to be doing this quite fast, I'd probably use a sofa as like a little buffer. We're going to do to a pistol squat. So ideally, I'd have you doing this. So tap, almost like a and then come down into a pistol squat. But because we're going to do it quite fast, I'm going to get you to, you're going to tap your toes and then tap your bum only on one leg. Tap your toes. The idea here being, having to tap and squeeze here, you're engaging your glutes, so they should be ready to assist when you come into that pistols section. So when you're bending, when you're hinging at the hip to come down, try not to just flop over. Think of it as if you were doing a deadlift. So shoulders back and down, hips out behind you, a little bit of a bend in your knee, and squeeze your glutes to tuck your hips underneath you, lock in at the top and come into that pistol squat. So alternating which leg? I actually can't talk and do this at the same time. We are then going to do lateral plank walk. So you're going to come to a high plank. I'm going to get you to literally just come 1, 2, 1, 2. For this one, it's very easy for the form of the plank to slip. So we're going to start seeing this or seeing this. As you're moving, maintain that form right the way. To slip, do that little checklist. On my core, is my core engaged? Glutes engaged, quads engaged, shoulders over wrists. Do that checklist in your head right the way through. We are then doing single leg glute bridges, and then we're going to do double leg glute bridges. So we're going to go back on the sofa, single leg for 3, single leg for 3. The last set is double leg. So we're kind of using principles of pre-exhaustion there to try and get the most out of this, so if you're doing tons of reps. I spoke so much there. So let's come into what we've got 7 minutes. We're going to run over maybe like 2 minutes, but okay, let's just get going. For your deadlift to pistol squat, so your tap to here, hands on your head and behind your back, ideally. If you have them right in front of you, they act as a counterbalance and they assist the movement. I'd like you to not use that if possible. So, whew. Okay, 2 rounds of this and then we're done. Ready? Let's go. Tap, hands behind your back. Back up. Tap with deadlift form. Single leg. Tap. Single leg. Again, it's all about finding that tempo, finding that speed that you're going to go at, that pace that you're going to go at. So tap, single leg. Tap, I'd rather consistency than you giving it all in the first 20 seconds and then doing absolutely nothing for the next 20. Keep moving. Tap your toes, pistol squat. Tap, pistol squat. Focusing, I'm using my arms there, I shouldn't be. Tap, pistol squat. Focusing especially in the toe tap and driving with your glutes on the way up. Last 3, 2, 1. Plank walks. I forgot what we were doing then. Check your plank form before you move. Tailbone tucked under. Both limbs on the right side out, on the left side in. 1, 2. 1, 2. You should feel your obliques light up as they have to balance as you're knocked off of that 4-point hold. Again, finding a speed, finding a tempo you can stick to. That plank form is consistent, so tailbone tucked under. Shoulders are over your wrists or over your fingertips, but not. Keep moving through them. Core engaged. Oh, it is warm. Last few seconds on this one. 3, 2, 1. Single leg glute bridges. Just gonna sort my setup out. Okay, so you want your back to be on the bench. The way that I say it to my girls is you want it to be where your bra strap sits. So not right the way up here, but just sort of like underneath your lats. Ready? Single leg, 3 on one, 3 on the other, or not, sure. 1, 2, let's go. 3, I'm going to spin this round so you can see me doing these. The least sexy of all moves. It's impossible to look good doing these. And yet here I am trying. Switch legs. So your heel is in contact with the foot, not this leg that is not doing the movement, that is the prime mover. Don't swing it up, keep it steady. You don't want to use it to gain any momentum. All of the momentum has to be provided by contraction of the glute, of the leg touching the floor. Keep going. Let's have 3 more on each leg. 3, 2, 1. Last 3, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come straight into double leg glute bridges. Ready? Knees driven up. Fast as you can with these ones. Put your feet a little bit further away from the sofa. Hit your hamstrings slightly more. Knees out. When you come to the top of the bridge, you don't want to overextend like this. Keep your tailbone tucked under. Keep your core engaged. Make sure you're locking into that top position as opposed to extending past it. Hips tip back on you. 10 seconds left. Keep moving. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Well done. Oh, it is warm. Right, we've got one more round. We've got 3 minutes, and we're just going to smash it out the park, and we're done. Okay. Woo. Okay. Let's just go. Let's just get it done. So, your glutes should be on fire by now, so you should really be aware of driving with them when you're coming out the bottom of that as you scrunch your glutes at the top, tailbone tucked under, core engaged. I talk so much. Okay, let's just go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Tap your pistol, hands behind your back. I'm not even listening to my own advice. Tap. Be aware of where you're driving from. So, coming out of that toe tap, it's glutes. Here, it should be equally between glutes and quads. You tap through. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Something a bit more upbeat. 3, 2, 1. Plank walks. Do the checklist with yourself. Let's get as many of these reps in as you can. Quality reps still. I don't want anyone half-arsing it or saggy butts or butts coming right the way up. Keep moving. Woo. Core engaged, belly button pulled through your spine towards the ceiling. I don't know how many times I say that a week, but keep remembering to do it. 10 seconds left. This coaching's really tough. 3, 2, 1. Glute bridges, single leg, double leg, then we're done. So you need to get as many of these in as you can. But this is the rest of your movement for the rest of the day. And when you push yourself really hard now. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Heel on the floor, toes off the floor. 3, 2, 1, change. 3, 2, 1, change. That speed right the way through. Whew. Amazing. Thinking actively about scrunching the glute of the leg that's in contact with the floor. 3, 2, 1, change. 3, 2, 1, change. Coming into your last set in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs on the floor, let's go. Up, down, fast now. Hands on your head, get as many in as you can. This is our last movement, promise. Knees out. Heels a little bit further away from you, toes off the floor. Keep driving those knees out, externally rotating. Push, 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 push. You've got 12 seconds left. 10, get as many in as you can. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Let's go, 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 go. 3, 2, 1. Well done. There you have it. I finished a class in half an hour. I'm really proud of myself there. Really well done. If you got to a point where you're thinking this is burning, this is hurting, and you push through it, as I said, that is what we want from these. It's not a case of shying away from that, because that's kind of be the only real place at the minute that we're going to get any development. If you're pushing yourself to that point where you start to burn, you can feel like lactic acid build up. I'm waffling again. See how sweaty I am. Really well done, guys. I will be back with a mobility flow tomorrow at 10 AM. If you want to join me for that, that's got it's more flowy than static stretches at the minute, so it's kind of it's going to develop core. There's definitely going to start developing arms and shoulders because there's going to be a lot of downward dog holds. Tune in. Well done, and I will see you at 10 AM tomorrow. Bye.